My training, it varies a lot. When I actually let me get into the history of how I got into weightlifting and bodybuilding. When I was back in 7th grade, I'm a sophomore now, but when I was back in 7th grade, I began kind of messing around with weights downstairs in my basement. I had a huge weight set, and it was actually very fortunate because I had dumbbells ranging from 5 pounds to 60 pounds. I had lat pull downs, bench press, I could do squats, deadlifts, I had leg extensions, leg curls, all those good machines. And I, being kind of new to weightlifting, I kind of did the same thing every day, 3 times a week. And like I said, I work out 3 times a week, and it would be basically the same routine. And being new to weightlifting, I was, doing, a couple sets of lat pull downs, a couple sets of curls, maybe some tricep press downs, and then like 2 or 3 sets of bench press. And I thought, wow, that's all I need to get big. Quickly you learned, no, that's not efficient, and you neglect your legs. I neglected my abs. I didn't really get my back real well. My shoulders I completely neglected. And it's, you kind of learn from that that's not really the best thing to do, because I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. And it was actually in 8th grade when I began using the system P90X, and I started that October of, I believe it was 2007. I got it for my birthday, and I saw it on TV, and I'm like kind of one of those people who thought, oh yeah, sure, it doesn't work. It's just, it's all fake camera crap. And it wasn't. I did the program, and I learned so much in that 3 months of doing the program. And I had, chiseled abs. I started getting some shape to my shoulders, my arms, some, size to my pecs, my back, started getting lats. And it just taught me so much about weightlifting. And it was the summer of '08 when I found or discovered bodybuilding.com, and I discovered teenage bodybuilding, and I thought to myself, oh, that is really cool. And I was like, I think I want to do that. So my whole summer I was kind of just planning out all kinds of different routines. I made probably 8 routines of my own that I was planning on starting the following school year, and I was planning on getting a gym membership that school year, and finally started actually bodybuilding. And I actually, when I started P90X back in '08, that was when I was in 8th grade. I actually began wrestling at that point. And when I started wrestling, or my first practice, I weighed 100 pounds, and at the same time I was doing P90X. And I actually put on a lot of weight, or in that 3 months I put on about 10 pounds. I was about 100 pounds, 12% body fat when I started. By the end, I was 110 pounds, 6% body fat. And it amazes me because I was doing wrestling and P90X, and I was burning all these additional calories, yet I was building all this muscle. And ended up that year, I pretty much wrestled at 112 that year. And it was actually my freshman year, I wrestled again, and I had been training for about a year then, of mainly weightlifting, not really bodybuilding per se. And my freshman year I wrestled at 152. And that was, a huge jump from being 100 pounds for 8th grade to being 152 pounds roughly freshman year. And ultimately, as I was wrestling that year, I decided that I ultimately wanted to bodybuild. And that's when I kind of decided to, not wrestle the following year and just focus on trying to gain weight and get bigger. And when I started doing that, obviously my body fat percentage went up, and because I was trying to gain weight. And after my wrestling season, I got into a gym, and I was trying all these different routines. And even now, I don't do the same routine that often. I switch routines every 2 to 3 weeks. And really, guys, it's routines I made, it's routines I've gotten off bodybuilding.com, and nothing is really the same. I guess people are asking me, oh, how do you get your biceps big or your chest, or what's worked best for you? Oh, excuse me. The exercises that have worked best for my biceps would be preacher curls and cable curls. And biceps are actually the thing I struggle with the most to build up. And preacher curls have given me great height, along with cable curls. I also do alternating dumbbell curls, barbell curls. For chest, I guess the best thing that's worked for me is doing dumbbell bench press. I avoided doing the standard bench press with the barbell only because I didn't have anybody to spot me. I didn't know anybody in the gym, and I didn't really want to bother them. So I figured stick with dumbbells. If you can't get up in that last rep, you just set them down. and that's really built my chest up well. In addition to doing that, I did cable crossovers, which are great. But all my other exercises are pretty much all your basic exercises. I do tricep press downs. I also do overhead extensions. For my back, I'll do back rows, shoulders, shoulder flies. Dumbbell shoulder press has always been my favorite for shoulders, and that's always worked well for me. My legs, I train, because all my other body parts, I'll have 2 body parts a day usually. I'll do like chest and arms, or chest and back would be better. Shoulders and arms, and I'll have like a day of traps and calves. But my thighs, my quads and hamstrings, I train all in the same day. I don't do anything else or train any other muscle with my thighs because it is so intense, and my leg workouts do suck. For my thighs, or for my quads and hamstrings, I usually start off with 5 sets of squats, and I don't squat very much, but I have very big legs. My legs are probably about 24, 25 inches right now, and it's just because of the intensity I bring with the workouts. I don't know why my weight doesn't go up. I'm not too worried about that. But I usually start off with 5 sets of squats, and I'll go to leg press, do 3 sets of those, and I'll end with 4 sets of leg extensions with a strip set on the last set. And if I'm feeling good, I might do some wall squats. I'll do, if you guys know what wall squats are, you kind of sit against the wall, squat down. I'll usually do that for about a minute to really burn them out. And that's only my quadriceps. And then I'll move on to hamstrings. And for hamstrings, I usually do stiff leg deadlifts. I'll do 4 sets of those, 4 sets of lying leg curl, and 4 sets of sitting leg curl. If I'm really feeling good, I'll go and I'll do 2 or 3 sets of back extensions, which really I feel works my hamstrings well. So, the biggest thing that's really stayed the same throughout most of my bodybuilding has been my leg training. When I actually began actual bodybuilding, around March of '09, and up until that point, I'd kind of been just weightlifting, doing P90X, just all that good stuff. And I was just trying to get stronger for wrestling. And like I said, it was around March of '09 when I actually started getting into bodybuilding. And realistically, I've only been bodybuilding for a little over a year now.